Abraj Al Bait. The Abraj Al Bait, also known as the Clock Towers, is a government-owned complex of 7 skyscraper hotels in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. These towers are a part of the King Abdulaziz Endowment Project that aims to modernize the city and catering to its pilgrims. The central hotel tower, which is the Makkah Clock Royal Tower, is the 4th tallest building and 6th tallest freestanding structure in the world. The clock tower contains the Clock Tower Museum that occupies the top 4 floors of the tower. The building complex is 300 meters away from the world's largest mosque and Islam's most sacred site, the Great Mosque of Mecca. The developer and contractor of the complex is the Saudi Binladin Group, the kingdom's largest construction company. It is the world's second most expensive building, with the total cost of construction totaling US $15 billion. The complex was built after the demolition of the Ajyad Fortress, the 18th century Ottoman citadel on top of a hill overlooking the Grand Mosque. The destruction of the historically significant site in 2002 by the Saudi government sparked an outcry and a strong reaction from Turkey. Description: the tallest tower in the complex is the tallest building in Saudi Arabia at 2099 ft 640 m and a total surface area of 32,000 square meters. It is the 6th tallest freestanding structure in the world, surpassing the Ping and Finance Center in Shenzhen, China, but shorter than the Burj Khalifa at 2716 ft 829 m tall in Dubai. The Merdeka 118 at 2099 ft 640 m tall in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The Tokyo Skytree at 2080 ft 634 m tall in Tokyo, Japan. The site of the complex is across a piazza to the south from the main entrance, King Abdulaziz Gate, to the Masjid Al-Haram Mosque, which houses the Kaaba. It accommodates worshippers visiting the Kaaba. The tallest tower in the complex also contains a 5-star hotel, operated by Fairmont Hotels and Resorts, to help provide lodging for the millions of pilgrims that travel to Mecca annually to participate in the Hajj. In addition, the Clock Towers has a 5-story shopping mall, the Clock Towers Shopping Centre, and a parking garage capable of holding over 1,000 vehicles. The building was planned to be 734.2408 ft tall in 2006. In 2009, it was published that the final height would be 2099 ft 640 m. The complex was built by the Saudi Binladin Group, Saudi Arabia's largest construction company. The facade was constructed by Premier Composite Technologies and the clock by German tower clock manufacturer PET GmbH and Company KG Termeron Onleitinagen. According to the Saudi Ministry of Religious Endowments, the project cost US $15 billion. Clock. The project uses clock faces for each side of the main hotel tower. The total height of the clock is 187 ft, just below the media displays under the clock faces. At 43 × 43, these are the largest in the world. The roof of the clock is 1988 ft 606 m above the ground, making it the world's most elevated architectural clock. A spire has been added on top of the clock, giving it a total height of 640 meters 2099 feet. Behind the clock faces, there is an astronomy exhibition. In the spire base and the iron-covered floors, the jewel, there is a scientific center that is used to sight the moon at the beginning of the Islamic months and to operate an atomic clock that controls the tower clock faces. List of component towers. Tower height, floors, completion, tenants. The clock tower is 640 in 2099 ft 120 2012 Al Hajora Tower 58 floors 1000 ft height 61 2012 2008. Features. The building is topped by a 4-face clock, visible from 25 kilometers away. The clock is the highest in the world at over 400 meters above the ground, surpassing the Allen Bradley Clock Tower in Milwaukee. The clock faces are the largest in the world, surpassing the Sevahay Mall clock in Istanbul. Each of the clock's 4 faces measures 43 m 141 ft in diameter and are illuminated by 2 million LED lights, with 4 oriented edges just above the clock alongside huge Arabic script reading. God is greatest in the north and south faces, and in the west and east there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is the messenger of God. 4 golden domes on pillars on all the corners are also present. The same as the Saudi flag, fitted at the top of the clock, flash to signal Islam's 5-time daily prayers. On special occasions such as New Year, 21,000 green and white xenon bulbs and LED lamps during the call to the 5 prayers times of the day. On special occasions, 40 beacons lights allow innumerable variations of splendid lighting effects. In addition, the world's strongest 4-show lasers throw their rays 30 kilometers into the sky. The clock's 4 faces are covered with 98 million pieces of glass mosaics. The Saudi coat of arms is displayed at the center of each clock behind the dials. The minute hand is 23 m 75 ft long, while the hour hand is 18 m 59 ft long. There were reports that the clock would be set to local Mecca time in an attempt to replace the hour's reference meridian as the prime meridian for global timekeeping, but the clock is set to Arabia Standard Time UTC +30. Spire. The Spire has an 8-story glass-covered base, the dual, which belongs to a scientific centre having its own small exhibition, another observation deck at 484 metres 1587.93 ft. The highest floor in the dual is the control tower floor, which was planned to be used for controlling air traffic in the sky above Mecca, mainly helicopters, as airplanes are not allowed near Mecca. However, this was skipped for technical reasons and the future usage is not clear yet. Above from the dual, the Spire has only technical installations for sound, light and other infrastructure, and eventually the last viewing deck and the crescent above it. The crescent has 2 regular floors with living areas and a few service floors and rooms. The crescent was constructed in Dubai by Premier Composite Technologies in April 2011. The crescent is made of fiberglass backed mosaic gold and it weighs up to 35 tons. Peugeot Joseph, the company official, said a team of 5 engineers and 100 workers carried out the project, which cost 90 million United Arab Emirates dirhams and took 3 months to build. The company has also constructed the Mecca clock. The crescent was divided into 10 parts to move it to Mecca. The crescent was partly assembled on the base of the clock face to reduce it to 5 parts. Those 5 parts were then lifted and installed above the spire from 20 June to 6 July 2011. The minaret and its base have loudspeakers which broadcast prayer calls to a distance of 7 km away and across an area of approximately 160 km too. Construction fires. The clock tower's complex had 2 fire incidents during construction. The first fire accident was at Ajyad Tower on 28 October 2008. It took 400 firefighters to put out the fire, which burned for 10 hours, consuming 9 floors of the tower. According to eyewitness reports, the blaze erupted shortly after midnight and spread rapidly because of wood used for construction stored in the premises. Soon, the entire building was engulfed in smoke. Hospitals were put on high alert, but no injuries were reported. A civil defence spokesman said the fire started on the 32nd floor of the Ajyad Tower. The second fire struck the Safa Tower on 1 May 2009. No deaths or injuries were reported in the blaze, which was quickly contained by civil defence. Eyewitnesses said the fire broke out soon after ASAP prayer while some workers in the building were welding iron rods and wooden scaffoldings. The fire damaged a large part of the under-construction tower. According to Major General Adel Zamzami, Director General of Civil Defence in the Mecca province, the fire broke out at the 14th floor and reached up to the 20th floor. Controversy. The construction engendered some controversy as the location chosen for the towers was the historic 18th century Ottoman Ajyad Fortress, which many locals considered to be a symbol of Ottoman oppression. The fortress was demolished to make way for the complex. The development has been criticised by The Guardian for having transformed a type of architecture that evolved from a dense urban grain of low-rise courtyards and narrow streets into an endlessly repeatable pattern for the decoration of standardised slabs. Gallery. File Clock Tower Makkah from Marwa. JPG Clock Tower is seen from Mount Marwa. File Arabic Alif Lam Mim Sin Jim Dal Arabic Alif Lam Het Ot Alif Mim 3 JPG Clock Tower at night. File Abraj Al Bait Towers. JPG